Let me give you a simple reference, and you may choose to be offended by it, you may choose not to be offended. Don't dig into it. This is just a reference that I want to give to help you get into what I'm trying to say. So imagine that you're a well-established, well-known butcher. Like, you sell meat, you have a thriving business for years in a part of your town. Everybody knows you. You get a lot of people for very, very long years. You have loyal customers, you have new customers that have heard from those customers before, and you're getting more and more business always, and you're having variety of products that you're selling. You're trying new stuff, you're getting your highest quality meat, whatever. Now imagine that one day a vegan corporation comes and gives you a whole bag of money with the condition that you're going to be starting to sell only vegan products. They promise that you're going to be very, very rich. You won't lose any money no matter how many customers you lose. They'll just feed you more and more money. And being someone that wants security, you do, because they convince you that this is the new stuff and it will bring much more new people that are now supposedly coming into the neighborhood, and your old customers will eventually get used to that and start buying vegan foods as well. But time goes on, years pass by, you're still getting money from that corporation, but the old customers are not there anymore. They have turned away. You have betrayed their trust because they just wanted good and good quality meat. But at the same time, you don't have almost none new vegan people that are interested in your shop. They just don't come. They're non-existent, or if they are, they quickly also turn into meat lovers, and suddenly you're left with almost no clientele and only relying on that company's money. Suddenly the money starts to dry out and you're forced to fire your employees. You're forced to scale down your business. Let's say close a branch of it, or just close part of the shop and just go smaller and smaller and smaller. And at the last moment you realize that you probably shouldn't have done that deal, and probably should have kept your customer base happy by just selling the high quality meat that you used to sell, and you are a master at it. But it's already too late. The customers are gone. Everyone has abandoned you. You have broken the trust of the entire neighborhood, and you're basically going down the drains. This is pretty much what's happening with both Ubisoft and Bioware. Good evening, ladies and gents. My name is Hilso, the bearded Balkan blabbermouth, and I'm DiscussThing. And today I've talked about on a live stream about Bioware and Ubisoft's basically downfall that they're experiencing currently. So Ubisoft seems to be going a little bit faster because their stocks are abysmal, and they have something that I think is going to flop just coming around the corner. I'm talking about Assassin's Creed Shadows. But Bioware is not far behind. Their own mistakes have caused their company to just plummet in the way that they actually managed to drop EA's stocks very heavily, and with the impending financial reports coming on February 4th, we're expecting that trend to continue. In addition to this, it will seem that the rumors and the reports from insiders that Smash JT and Grumps reported, which was stolen by Jeff Grubb afterwards and posing that it was his story, would probably turn out to be true. And I'm talking about the part that the Edmonton office of Bioware might just be closing. However, it might not just be all bad news, and I'll quickly jump to the article that I want to cover. This is by That Park Place. By the way, just a quick side note, if you enjoyed this new format, or if you don't enjoy it, please leave a comment down below. I'm trying something new because I don't want to just switch from camera to Windows. I just want to have you all to be with me on that note. So Bioware gutted and restructured after Dragon Age: The Vanguard failure. Studio tries to assure longtime fans as Mass Effect becomes primary focus. So they are focusing on the next Mass Effect game. They desperately want to have this one, at least one more Mass Effect game, which might be good, might be bad. Currently the trust is not there that the game is going to be good. The fallout from Dragon Age the Veilguard's catastrophic failure continues, with Bioware now undergoing a massive restructuring that all but confirms the studio is being slashed to the bone. In a post on Bioware's official blog, studio general manager Gary McKay announced that the company is shifting its focus entirely to the next Mass Effect game, effectively sidelining Dragon Age after the latest installment's disastrous reception. Of course they're gonna sideline it. Like, the game sold around 1.5 million with around $200 million budget. Like, this is no brainer. Of course you're gonna abandon. Nobody's going to want to support or even just upkeep such a game, because there is no way that this game is going to make any money. It already cost them around $200 million, even more if we count the marketing budget, but that's all going to be revealed in a few days, supposedly. While McKay attempts to paint this as an exciting new chapter for Bioware, the reality is clear. Veilguard's failure has forced EA's hand, and the studio is now being gutted. Key staff are being shuffled out of Bioware and into other EA divisions, and while the statement avoids explicitly mentioning layoffs, the language strongly suggests that many developers won't have a place to land. So I think if you go to Smash JT's channel and his latest video, there will be a moment in the video that he's going to show some posts from Blue Sky and from other websites that a lot of developers who have been with Bioware for, I think, some of them 19 years, 25 years, like since almost the beginning, are now being gutted, which is absolutely crazy. Imagine spending pretty much a quarter of your adult life for working for a company and just being gutted or just being forced to leave. This is abhorrent. This is, I don't know what to say. But let's continue. A studio in crisis. Today we're turning towards the future and preparing for the next chapter in Bioware's story, McKay wrote. As we announced in August 2023, we're changing how we build games to meet the needs of our upcoming projects and hold ourselves to the highest quality standards. Why didn't you do that for Dragon Age the Veilguard? I don't know. I think it was already too late, but although it might just be that they just spouted something from their mouths to sound smart and good. And there's actually a funny transaction. Dragon Age the Veilguard fell so badly that Bioware's entire structure is being dismantled. And yeah, it felt so badly. Corinne Bush left. He basically destroyed the studio, destroyed any chance of this game having any profit, and just took his stuff and left. McKay confirmed that a core team at Bioware is now dedicated to developing the new Mass Effect game under the leadership of veterans from the original trilogy, specifically naming Mike Gamble, Preston Watamaniuk, sorry if I'm butchering the name, Derek Watts, and Parrish Lay. While framed as a reassuring statement for fans, it also heavily implies that the team behind Veilguard is out. Yeah, team is out. I'm pretty sure that nobody or close to nobody is left. At least nobody from the people who made the decisions behind this game, the crucial decisions on the story, on everything. Having, however, Mike Gamble, Preston Watamaniuk, again, sorry if I'm butchering the name, and Derek Watts, who are from the original trilogy, is something I'm actually looking forward to, because these are the people who were working on the original trilogy, and whatever your opinions on the Mass Effect franchise are, the original trilogy is one of the best trilogy ever created, in my opinion. It's amazing fun. I'm currently actually replaying Mass Effect 2. I finished 1, now I'm replaying 2, and then I'm going to replay 3 on the Legendary Editions. They're amazing. They're constant fun to have, and if those 3 are on there and they can manage to do something like this, there might be some hope for Bioware yet. They here say that this includes the game's director Corinne Bush, who recently left Bioware for another opportunity. I don't know if it's another opportunity or if it's just I'm abandoning the sinking ship. Here we have the projections that I just mentioned. Prior to the Veilguard's launch, the internal projections suggest it will sell over 10 million copies in its life cycle. Instead, it barely engaged 1.5 million players by the end of 2024. Again, we talked about this. We talked about the supposed refunds. We talked about the Steam cut. We talked about the production budget, and we talked about a lot of other stuff that basically make this game one of the biggest financial flops, as God Empress of Mankind mentioned on X today, and I covered in my stream from this morning. One of the things in this article that sparked my interest is that the DEI experiment has failed. One of the biggest criticisms of Dragon Age the Veilguard is its heavy emphasis on identity politics at the expense of quality storytelling and gameplay. Under Bush's leadership, the game was marketed as a progressive reimagining of the Dragon Age universe, featuring an over-the-top focus on diverse character representation rather than the rich, immersive world building that made the series a success in the first place. And we continue to the end. Now Bioware is being forced to clean house, and Mass Effect, a franchise that still has significant goodwill with some fans, we're talking about a trilogy, not Andromeda, is their last chance to salvage what's left of the studio's reputation. McKay's blog post makes it clear that EA is putting its faith in Mass Effect veterans to steer the ship, an implicit admission that the people responsible for the Veilguard can't be trusted to lead the studio forward. I wouldn't trust him to lead a carriage. All the bad decisions, all the wrong decisions that you could have made when creating a game went to Dragon Age development. Everything was wrong with it. You have seen the clips, you have seen the streams, you've probably played the game. I haven't, because my computer simply couldn't do it, and honestly I didn't want to inflict this to myself at the time, so I just watched the streams religiously. I watched the Ass Hill versus Babyface stream. It was abhorrent to even watch, and it was just janky shit. It was an indie project that should have been with an indie project budget. If it had a budget of, let's say, 50 million and was just left at that, yeah, probably would have been a much more logical decision. But no, it had a massive budget, it had BioWare's name on it, and it had all the issues that you might expect. What I'm actually excited about is the prospect of having another good Mass Effect game, possibly a trilogy, we don't know. However, I'm not sure that BioWare is going to last that long, because even if they have started producing or developing the game now, it wouldn't come out for a few years. And if I read something correctly, is that the initial production, the pre-production, started in 2021. So we're still years away from that. And that's gonna be years of financial losses and just investments that they have to pan out. And they have to pan out massively. I mean, if and let's say when Mass Effect releases, they need to completely blow over their budget. Let's say if they have $200 million budget, they need to make at least 6, 7, 800 million in order to basically bring back the investors' trust. And I don't see that happening, because that's a lot of years that we're gonna have to be waiting for that game. Not to mention that getting the story right, getting the continuation right, is something so specific that I don't think BioWare has it in them. I don't know what's gonna happen. I do hope that they manage to steer the ship in the right direction. I do hope they manage to produce good games again, especially now that DEI and wokeness is finally starting to die. I hope they can manage it, but I'm also very afraid that they won't be able. But we'll have to wait and see. Thank you very much for watching this video if you did until now. If you enjoy my content, press the like and subscribe button, press the join button if you want to support me directly by becoming a DiscussThing guild member. And if you enjoy helping homeless animals and animals in shelters, press the Patreon link down in the description below and become a patron there. 100% of the proceeds go for helping homeless animals and animals in shelters. Thank you very much. My name is Helzo. This was DiscussThing, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers and stay fresh.